customers more options. That's why Shane Company has more diamonds than anyone else in town, in all sizes, in every price range, and with the broadest selection of diamond shapes. In addition to traditional round and princess cut diamonds, we have cushion cut, oval, pear-shaped, marquise, emerald cut, radiant, even heart-shaped. For each diamond shape and grade, we pick the best diamond cutters in the world, who cut the stones to our superior standards, giving each stone maximum sparkle. No other jeweler does that. See all the diamond shapes at Shanco.com, or even better, come into the store and our team will show them to you. Discover what shape speaks to you. Whether you want to personalize a pendant or fashion ring, or you're building the engagement ring of her dreams, whatever your budget, you'll have more diamond shapes and sizes to choose from than anywhere else in town.
Now you have a friend in the diamond business. Shane Company and Shanco.com.
Here come the Rockies.
Rockies opening day is April 5th, so mark your calendars now, because unless you've been living under a rock, Rockies opening day is like a Colorado holiday that the whole region turns out for. But for true baseball fans, that day is just the beginning. If you want more, Rockies season tickets and mini plans are the way to go. With the ticket plan of your choice, you can lock down opening day plus a bunch more games, guarantee the best seat locations, save over individual prices, and secure postseason tickets. So don't wait. Get your opening day tickets and more by going to Rockies.com/tickets today.
Most of us carry a balance on our credit cards. And if you're like me, you probably don't think much of it. Well, maybe we should. Reports show that U.S. households pay an average of $1,200 a year in credit card interest. That's an incredible figure. Thankfully, your untapped home equity is an easy way out of high-interest debt, and loan limits are at an all-time high. So you can use the equity to pay off debt, remodel your home, or build your savings account. Just call the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing. They'll guide you through the mortgage refinance process and never charge upfront fees, unlike other lenders who charge $500 just to qualify. Start now and learn how you can save up to $12,000 a year. You may be able to postpone up to 2 months of mortgage payments. Call 303-695-7000. Again, 303-695-7000. Or you can apply online at American Finance.
Excellent shape, as is 225, and it looks like there is a problem. Looks like an accident southbound Havana at Florida off freeway. I'm Darren Copeland with KOA News Radio, Colorado's news, traffic, and weather station.
Tonight we're looking at 42 degrees with clear skies, so tomorrow morning won't be as chilly. It should be pretty nice out there. Enjoy tomorrow because we're looking at 75 degrees with mostly sunny skies. It should be gorgeous around here. And again, I said enjoy it because we are going to see some big changes come our way by the end of the week. Chance for some more rain and maybe even some snow. From CBS 4, I'm meteorologist Lauren Whitney on KOA News Radio, 850 AM and 94.1 FM.
55 degrees in Denver. The assertion is that the so-called Green New Deal sets unachievable goals and shuns the private sector. For those reasons, former Governor John Hickenlooper becoming the first Democrat running for president to oppose it.
In the Washington Post, a Hickenlooper commentary says to achieve the kinds of innovations needed to tackle the climate crisis, government must not shun the private sector, but rather work closely with industry and our nation's great research universities. He says climate change policy cannot become, quote, synonymous with higher utility bills, rising taxes, and lost jobs. Jerry Bell, KOA News Radio.
With Governor Polis and the Democratic legislature moving quickly on a variety of issues, there's been talk by some of the governor's detractors about a recall campaign. The governor does not sound worried. He says all he's doing is what he said he would do in his election campaign.
Kind of old-fashioned in that sense. I think when you run on something, you have a moral obligation to work on delivering it.
Polis notes he won the governor's race with a historic 53-42 margin. He feels he has ample support for his agenda, which includes funding for full-day kindergarten, saving money on health care, and transitioning Colorado to 100% renewable energy by the year 2040. The Mueller report could be coming to Congress sooner rather than later. ABC Chief Congressional Correspondent Mary Bruce reports.
As President Trump arrived on Capitol Hill, word from the Justice Department that a version of Robert Mueller's report will be released in weeks, not months.
The Mueller report was great. It could not have been better. It said no obstruction, no collusion.
That's half true. The special counsel did not find collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia, but he made no determination on obstruction of justice.
Attorney General Bill Barr's team is in the process of deciding what can legally be released and what must be held back because of a violation of law. Charges dropped and record expunged for actor Jussie Smollett. Prosecutors dismissing the charges Smollett lied to police about an alleged racial attack police believe he staged.
Now I'd like nothing more than to just get back to work and move on with my life.
Prosecutors say that after reviewing evidence and taking Smollett's community service into account and forfeiting his $10,000 bond payment, they believe dropping the charges is an appropriate resolution. But Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson says that does not mean Smollett is innocent.
They chose to hide behind secrecy and broker a deal to circumvent the judicial system.
Chicago's mayor calls it a whitewash of justice. Our next update at 9:30. David Kale, KOA News Radio 850 AM and 94.1 FM.
When it's time to make a hire for your small business, you want to find the best person for the job. Odds are that person is on LinkedIn. LinkedIn makes it easy to match with quality candidates who make the most sense for your role. LinkedIn uses knowledge of both hard and soft skills to match you with the people who fit your role the best. People come to LinkedIn every day to learn and advance their careers, so LinkedIn understands what they're interested in and looking for. Which means when you use LinkedIn to hire someone, your matches are based on so much more than a resume. Your matches are based on get $50 off your first job post. That's linkedin.com/KOA. Terms and conditions apply.
Retirement. It could be the best years of your life. You'll find individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Ladies, have you been noticing symptoms like you can't lose weight, you have night sweats or hot flashes, you can't sleep, you have a low sex drive? You don't have to live this way. It's a new year, so make it a new you. I'm Susan Whitkin. Hormone Health and Weight Loss has a natural hormone therapy that can help with your symptoms. I know because it works for me. Get your life back. Call today at 720-443-4080 to schedule your free consultation or go online at hormonehealthtest.com. That's 720-443-4080. Feel better, live better. Call today.
Right now, save big and transform your home with Champion's Home Makeover Sale. Save 40% on Champion windows. Every Champion custom-made window is backed by their exclusive limited lifetime warranty. If it breaks, they fix it for as long as you own your home. And their factory 40% off new windows, 35%.
Discussing behind-the-scenes details about the new Netflix movie, The Dirt, the true story of the world's most notorious rock band.
You know there's a guy over there on fire, right?
Yeah. If you've read the book or watched the movie, you don't want to miss this. Kickstart the free iHeartRadio app now and search The Dirt. Your music, your stations, your podcasts, all free.
iHeartRadio.
Tonight, Michael Brown joins me here.
The former FEMA director.
Talk show host Michael Brown.
Brownie.
Now.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. It's a heck of a show with Michael Brown.
You're on the
with a politically preferred identity group like the currently. I'm always fascinated by companies that think that somehow by pandering, and I do mean pandering, to a minute yet vocal part of society is a way to grab business, while at the same time that they're virtue signaling their wokeness, they're more than willing to piss off half of their customer base, not because of their pandering, because that's a separate, distinct issue, but I am that I'm a Mac, an Apple aficionado. And I put my money where my mouth is. And so I own Apple stock, and it has done quite handsomely for me, and I hope it continues to do so. Even if it doesn't continue on the same trajectory, well, I've made enough on the Apple stock that it's more than amply paid for my initial investment. And I love voting against Al Gore when it comes time to vote my proxy. But I don't understand why any company, Apple, Microsoft, any of the tech companies, any manufacturer, any service industry, I don't understand why they're more than willing to piss off, whether it's, first of all, you think about their market share. So a company has X percent of market share, which means they don't have that other percentage. What? Let's say they have 50% of the market. If you only have 50% of a market, why would you want to piss off 50% of that market? Even if you only have 10%, I mean, again, market share depends on how diluted the market share is and how many companies are in the space. But let's just say you have 5%, 8%, 2% of market share. Whatever your share of the market is, why would you want to piss off and alienate whatever percentage of the market that you are going to alienate? Why would you want to do that? You've got 2% of the market. I don't know what United Airlines has. I don't know. I don't. If any of you know off the top of your heads, that's great. You can send me an email or send me a text message 56690 or post it on Facebook or YouTube. Why would United Airlines decide that those of us undisclosed or X unspecified, corresponding with whatever it says on their identification? Customers can also select MX, in lieu of Ms., Mrs., or Mrs. or Mr. You know, I'm going to start doing it just for the hell of it. I look pretty normal. Well, some people would say I look just pretty fine and handsome. I'm going to start checking off the MX box. Thank you.
We are a nation of business. And to bring us together, there is the airline of business. Throughout the U.S. and 13 foreign lands, the airline trusted by business travelers for a half-century and more. United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. Come fly the friendly skies where we don't care what you are. we don't care what you are, who you are. No, we don't. Now, unless you have a special circumstance, you probably, maybe I'm wrong. We have friends that are adamant. I mean, absolutely adamant that we take our shoes off when we go inside their homes. Two couples that do that. Tam and I don't take our shoes off when we come home. We're just filthy pigs. We are just pathetic human beings. Angie, you take your shoes off when you go home?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, like ritualistically, you stop at the front door and you take your shoes off?
Most of the time. There are some times where I just kind of run through, but...
If I came over to your place, would you insist that I take my shoes off before I walk through your living room?
I don't make people take off their shoes unless they're like really dirty.
Well, how do you know? Do you check?
Well, if it's been snowing outside.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's
yeah.
different, right? Usually, if it's snowing outside, we'll put a towel or something at the. I mean, there's always like there's like the little rug at the front door where the wood floor is. But like if it's been nasty outside, Tamara will put like a towel or something there for people to either wipe their feet off, their shoes off, or to take their shoes off. But you're not one of these people that insist that you take your shoes.
No.
Now, when you go to other people's houses, do you just automatically take your shoes off?
No, I usually keep them on, especially if it's someone I don't really go often to.
So what do you do if you go to somebody's house and you step in the front door and you can see they've all taken their shoes off? Do you just...
Then I will conform and take off my shoes.
Oh.
Usually. Sometimes.
I'm such a Richard. Because not so much with people I don't know, but with people I do know, I kind of like to make them ask me to take my shoes off. That really is being a Richard, isn't it?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. You think it's a total Richard Head move.
Oh, their feet stink. And then also just like, you know that people have worn their shoes, walked into a public bathroom. You know, God knows what is on there that is now on their shoes, that is now in the rug. Yeah. And then you're going to take it off. And your socks, they're going to like absorb it and just like a skillet, keeping the flavor in there. And you're just going to walk around with those things. You're going to come home to your house where your kids are.
Terrible.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
With thousands of people's DNA from their innards on your gold-toed socks. And then what?
But I don't do that. I don't do that.
What's that?
I don't do that, though. I do what Bill said before the break. I leave my feet on top of my own shoes. And if I get up to go to the bathroom, I put my shoes back on.
That is the tuck rule of taking your shoes off.
A study done by the University of Arizona found on average 421,000. We've talked a lot about bacteria tonight. I still want to get somebody in here to do a black light. I'm just going to go buy a black light and do it myself, since I can tell that my producer is never going to search for someone to come in here and do a swab on this console. So I'm just going to buy my own black light and bring it in here and gross everybody out. I'll do an Instagram story on it. University of Arizona found an average of 421,000 different bacteria on shoes, coliforms, a bacterial indicator of the level of sanitation of food and water, and universally present in feces, were detected on the bottoms of 96% of shoes. You know, I used to take my shoes off in the studio and walk around in my socks. I know. I did that maybe for, this has been like years ago. And then one time I looked down at the stains. Have you ever looked at the stains?
Not on the floor.
Make a notation here. Put into the tags, stains. Michael discussed human stains. Have you looked in here? Do you remember
Not that closely.
Did you ever? Now, when we next time we're over there at that other place, go in there and look around.
Oh, I know there's stuff over there.
Oh my God, it's We walk through things like bird droppings, dog waste, and germs on public restroom floors, all of which are sources for E. coli in a public school.
Ugh.
With rugrats.
Nah.
Who probably sit at their desk and wipe boogers on their shoes. You know they do.
Of course they do.
Of course they do. And then Tamara's walking around on those floors. You know what? As germophobic as I am, I think tonight is the no shoe rule implementation.
What about booties?
Like provide booties?
Yeah, like plastic booties that go over your shoes.
Like when the repairmen come to your house and they put the little plastic shoe things over your shoe. We could do that. We could have like little disposable booties for people. Because taking off, if you wear lace-up shoes, or like some of the boots that I have that are lace-up boots, they're like actually time-consuming to take on and off. And my time's important. It's time. You know, when I go to somebody's house, I want to sit down and start eating. I don't want to sit there and have to take my shoes off. I don't have time for a little chit-chat while I take my shoes off. I want to get to the table. I want to eat. Dr. Charles Gerba, that's a good name for a microbiologist, don't you think? Gerba, Dr. Gerba? Not Gerber, Gerba. Gerba. University of Arizona commented, the common occurrence, 96% of coliform E. coli bacteria on the outside of the shoes indicates frequent contact with fecal material. Angie, do you know what fecal material is?
I can take a guess.
This is where I want to be able to use the S word. It's public restroom floors have been found to contain around 2 million bacteria per square inch, though the average toilet seat contains only about 50 per square inch. A University of Houston study found that 39% of shoes contained bacteria C. diff, Clostridium, how do you say it, difficile? Which is a public health threat resistant to a number of antibiotics. It can cause diarrhea. Then you got a lot of fecal material then. Another study done by the Battelle Memorial Institute found that toxins from treating your lawn can easily be tracked into your house. Baylor found, boy, there's a lot of studying going on. We got University of Arizona, University of Houston, Baylor. Must tell me there's a bunch of grant money going out somewhere. Baylor found that people who live near asphalt roads sealed with coal tar have an increased risk of cancer from toxins, and these toxins can be tracked in by your shoes. Now I want to stop for a moment and ask a simple question. I didn't look up the Baylor study, but this is the kind of story that really drives me nuts. Here's the sentence, uninterrupted. Additionally, a study from Baylor University found that people who live near asphalt roads sealed with coal tar have an increased risk of cancer from toxins, and these toxins can be tracked in by your shoes. I like the quantification of that. Is it like a 0.0000001% increased risk of cancer? Toxins from asphalt tracked into your house? Man, we live in a stupid world. You want to know how stupid it is? You better be glad it's stupid, because it's about to come to an end. The world is about to come to an end.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change.
Not to be melodramatic, but literally the future of the world depends on us right now.
And when the planet has been in peril in the past, who came forward to save Earth?
People will die.
Thousands of people will die.
This is an emergency of world historic proportions.
We are truly now, more than ever, the last great hope of Earth.
We don't want our children to be poisoned by the water they drink or the air that they breathe.
Our very existence is at stake.
Climate change is an existential threat to this planet.
Climate change is an existential threat.
Literally doing policies that could cause people's death.
The debate on health care is life-death. This is Armageddon.
These are the stakes. To make a world in which all of God's children can live, or to go into the dark.
Vote Lyndon Johnson, 1964. H.L. Mencken once said that the whole aim of practical politics is to keep the population alarmed and hence clamorous to be led to safety by menacing the population with an endless series of hobgoblins, all of them imaginary. Those were all Democrats trying to scare the bejesus out of you. I think they're evil. I think every one of those people you just heard are trying to scare the crap out of ignorant people. And I think that's evil, and it's wrong. You're listening to Michael Brown on KOA News Radio, 850 AM, I think over at 94.1 FM, and occasionally over at the Michael Brown Show page, which you'll find at KOANewsRadio.com.
Tomorrow on Colorado's Morning News, summer-like weather continues before a big change at the end of the week. Charges dropped against a TV actor. We'll take a look at why, and how putting away a few bucks a day will make your child rich beyond belief. Join us on KOA News Radio.
You know, if your business is not getting leads and traffic through your website, or maybe you've got a really lousy rank in Google, then I want you to call the digital marketing experts that I used to build my new website. Get Found Fast has been helping businesses develop internet strategies to generate leads for more than 12 years. They do SEO, social media, reputation management, and they build awesome state-of-the-art websites like they built for me. So let Get Found Fast do a free analysis of your website and your online presence. It takes less than 10 minutes, and you can do it by phone. Go to getfoundfast.com. That's getfoundfast.com.
This is Dave Logan.
You know, we all hope that we never need a personal injury lawyer. I know I do. But if you do, I would suggest you call Dan Caplis. I've known Dan for more than 20 years. He's a smart, hard-working guy that you can trust. Dan Caplis is the son of a police officer. He only takes on cases that he believes in, and then he's going to fight like crazy to win. Dan only takes on serious personal injury cases. You can reach Dan at 303-770-5551 or dancaplislaw.com. That's dancaplislaw.com.
There were smoking sections on airplanes, in restaurants, and then gradually it got to be where it wasn't anywhere. It's not part of the social norm anymore. It's not accepted. I was at a party this summer and there wasn't a single person smoking. Even in my own home, I had my own designated space to smoke. If I think about it, it really was like I was punishing myself. It was really a friend of mine that said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul? And I thought, okay, I'll try it. And so I went out and I bought one. The idea of going back to smoking is, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I just don't enjoy it anymore. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought that I could switch.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch at Juul.com. That's JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
McDonald's chicken isn't just any chicken. It's chicken worth crossing the road for. It's tender, it's juicy, and now it's just $2. That's right. Now you can order 6 pieces of classic Chicken McNuggets made with all-white meat for just $2. And if you can't believe this amazing deal, add any size soft drink to your order for just $1 more. Yep, your meal just got even better. Thanks to McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Renters Warehouse has big news. They've acquired one of America's leading online real estate investment marketplaces and are the nation's leading real estate investment services company. This means Renters Warehouse is now your one-stop shop to research, buy, lease, manage, and sell single-family rental properties. Whether you're looking at 20 properties or just one, you can easily do it all from the comfort of your own home. Heck, you can even do it from your phone. And your properties can be anywhere in the country. It all starts by visiting renterswarehouse.com today.
Islanders in the Caribbean like to say that if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes. Hi, I'm Rick Edelman, and that's great advice for the stock market, too. It's easy to get upset when the market falls, but what we have to remember is that this too shall pass. Now, that's easy to say, but sometimes it can feel hard to do. So in times like these, when stock prices are swinging wildly one day to the next, making you worry that your financial future might be at risk, here's the advice you need. Don't feel that you have to go it alone. I invite you to talk with one of my experienced financial planners at Edelman Financial Engines. Let's take a look at your investments and see if they're doing what you need and expect. We'll either reassure you that you're doing what you should be doing, or we'll give you recommendations to help you get the peace of mind you need so you can, well, wait for the sun to shine once again. Call us at 888-PLAN-RIC. That's 888-PLAN-RIC. Or visit us at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com.
KOA News Radio time 9:30. The Justice Department says it supports a Texas federal judge's ruling Obamacare be overturned. The president says the Republican Party will soon be known as the party of health care. Here's ABC's Devin Dwyer.
The big question is, why is the Trump administration doing this, and why are they doing it now? I spoke with several Justice Department officials to ask that very question. They didn't have a clear answer, but there's a lot of speculation that the Trump administration wants to make another run at getting rid of Obamacare just in time for the 2020 campaign. They think the courts can force the issue and really nudge Congress to take action, and take action quickly if, in fact, this thing is struck down.
Democrats used the health care question to win back the House in last year's midterms. A Southwest 737 MAX plane made an emergency landing at Orlando's airport after a malfunction. The plane was on its way to California to be parked while Boeing works on problems with the jetliner. Next update at 10 o'clock. David Kale, KOA News Radio, 850 AM and 94.1 FM.
Things looking much better around the metro area. No problems on I-25 through town. We are seeing some slowing through the Gap project south of Castle Rock, so be aware of that on the southbound side. No problems through the construction westbound I-70, however. On that elevated portion, that right lane has been taken down, but we aren't seeing any slowing. I-76 is in excellent shape. 6th Avenue is running for eastbound 270, and westbound are actually looking much better, and the Boulder Turnpike's in good shape. Everything's also cleared off the highway as well. CBS 4 weather. Tonight, clear, low of 42. Tomorrow, high sunny, high of 75, currently 58 degrees. I'm Darren Copeland with KOA News Radio, Colorado's news, traffic, and weather station.
Right now, save big and transform your home with Champion's Home Makeover Sale. Save 40% on Champion windows. Every Champion custom-made window is backed by their exclusive limited lifetime warranty. If it breaks, they fix it for as long as you own your home. And they're factory direct, so there's no middleman and no markup. Hi, this is Dave Logan, and Champion is the only window company that I personally endorse. And right now, you can save 40% on windows and 35% on sunrooms and siding when you participate in the Champion Yes program. Plus, 12 months, no interest, no payments. But hurry, time is running out. Schedule your free in-home estimate today online at getchampion.com. 40% off new windows, 35% off new siding and new sunrooms. It's the Transform Your Home sale. Book your appointment online at getchampion.com. That's getchampion.com.
The Champion limited lifetime warranty applies to Comfort 365 windows as long as the original purchaser owns the home. Subject to qualifying credit approval, minimum purchase required. All discounts apply to our regular prices. Cannot be combined with other advertisers' offers. See store or website for details.
Pop quiz. If you sell a home for $500,000, how much would a traditional real estate agent charge in commission? If you guessed $25,000 to $30,000, you're right. But if you think that's the only way, you're wrong. This is why thousands of homeowners are making the switch to Rex. With Rex, you get a dedicated agent and a full-service experience at a fraction of the cost. Rex uses game-changing technology to cut out the middleman and save homeowners tens of thousands of dollars in fees. See if you qualify by calling 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. Remember, this is your home. Why give an insane amount of equity away to an agent? Rex offers the lowest fee in the industry without skimping on service. You'll work with a licensed local expert with you every step of the way. Get the most out of your home. See if you qualify by calling 833-REX-HOME. 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. DRE license 019-76010. Minimum fee applies.
I've bought more guns at one place than any other place in my life, and that's at Gunsport in Boulder. You'll find Gunsport at 14th and Arapahoe in Boulder. Easy drive. Go up and visit the guys and tell them Michael Brown sent you. Gunsport at 14th and Arapahoe or online, gunsport.us.
Disney on Ice presents Worlds of Enchantment, starring Lightning McQueen from Cars, Buzz Lightyear and the Toy Story Gang, Ariel and her Little Mermaid friends, and the magical journey of Anna, Elsa, and Olaf from Frozen. Playing at Denver Coliseum April 4th through the 7th.
The tradition. The suspense. The race. The Kentucky Derby is the pinnacle of horse racing. Rocket Mortgage is giving away 20 VIP trips to witness the Kentucky Derby in person. And one lucky winner will receive $250,000. Use it to purchase your dream home or pay off your mortgage. Enter today at homestretchsweepstakes.com.
Oh, down the stretch they come here at the Derby.
The fashion, the mint juleps, the parties. This is your opportunity to experience it all firsthand, thanks to the Rocket Mortgage Homestretch Sweepstakes. Enter for your chance to win $250,000 and one of 20 VIP trips to the Kentucky Derby. The Rocket Mortgage Homestretch Sweepstakes. Enter today at homestretchsweepstakes.com.
No purchase necessary. 21 years or older. Ends on April 7, 2019. Homestretchsweepstakes.com. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
When it's time to make a hire for your small business, you want to find the best person for the job. Odds are that person is on LinkedIn. LinkedIn makes it easy to match with quality candidates who make the most sense for your role. LinkedIn uses knowledge of both hard and soft skills to match you with the people who fit your role the best. People come to LinkedIn every day to learn and advance their careers, so LinkedIn understands what they're interested in and looking for. Which means when you use LinkedIn to hire someone, your matches are based on so much more than a resume. today. Your matches are based on skills and background, interests, activities, and passions, so you get a group of the most relevant, qualified candidates for your role. That way, you can focus on the candidates you want to spend time talking to and make a quality hire you're excited about. Customers rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires. Post a job today at linkedin.com/KOA and get $50 off your first job post. That's linkedin.com/KOA. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to Michael Brown on KOA News Radio and streaming live at KOANewsRadio.com.
Don't wanna discuss it. Think it's time for a change. You may get disgusted.
You know, I forgot that I had a clip talking about taking your shoes off. So Bill Burr talks about how you should take your shoes off. Sebastian Maniscalco, however you pronounce his name, has just the opposite take.
So now I got to remove my shoes in front of two people I just met. Try and hold a conversation. It's strange. You're like, so how long have you lived here? So I dropped my shoes in the shoe farm. Now I'm walking around a stranger's house in my socks. Meeting other grown men in their socks. There's 4 guys in a sock circle.
Mm-hmm. A sock circle. New Zealand, do you know New Zealand has an official censor? The manifesto that was put out by the New Zealand mosque shooter has been censored in New Zealand, which I find fascinating because if you recall, I encouraged you to actually go find the text of his manifesto, 43, 45 pages long. I forget how long it was. If you're not going to take time to read Ted Kaczynski's The Unabombers manifesto, which is way too long, you ought to at least read this guy's manifesto. And I'm not saying there that you should agree or disagree with anything, and I'm absolutely neutral. I'm just saying that if you want to understand what goes in the minds of some of these yahoos, you would be well served by using whatever search engine you can use or choose to use and finding that and reading it. Now, I'm going to assume that the official censor in New Zealand thought he was doing a great service by telling the New Zealanders that they couldn't read the manifesto because it might change minds, it might radicalize them. I don't know what the hell he thinks it might do. But when you start censoring things and you start telling people that they can't read stuff, what are you hiding? We flourish as a nation and as a society for the time being. We flourish as a society because we actually believe that the way to counter bigoted speech, hate speech, irrational speech, dumbass speech, whatever, is through mockery, reasoning, logic, cogent arguments, incoherent arguments, whatever it takes. I can't imagine living in a world where some Yahoo government dirtbag deigns to tell me what I can read and not read. New Zealand. I'm also going to make a big-ass assumption here that a lot of people in New Zealand have proxy servers, and so they're able to tunnel through the censorship of the internet in New Zealand, and they're able to get to a server in the United States or Europe or someplace and download it or read it through their proxy server. You can't hide this stuff. And the more you try to hide it, you know what you do? You actually make it more intriguing to people who are susceptible to being persuaded by it, as opposed to rational people that want to read it to better understand. Just like I make the argument all the time that I want to, this is why I would encourage you. You don't have to do it all the time. Turn off Fox News. Watch CNN. Actually listen to MSNBC. Listen to the other side. Read Slate. Read Think Progress. Because the more you understand about what they think and how they think, the better you will be armed to respond accordingly. You know what I didn't do, Angie, which I need to do right now? Because I needed to get some taxpayer relief shots in, and I haven't gotten them in yet. So I need to go. We got this one. We got this one. Let's see, did I have another one? I'm going to have to hold some stuff off for tomorrow and get at least these in right now. This one from Centennial, Colorado, just down the street.
A juvenile boy is now recovering in the hospital after he was shot while attempting to rob a Shell gas station.
A juvenile trying to rob a gas station.
Happened on East Arapahoe near University about 6 o'clock this morning. County Sheriff's deputies tell us the boy pointed a gun at the clerk, who then took out a gun and shot that boy. He was rushed to Children's Hospital with unknown injuries. The sheriff's office tells us that boy will likely be charged with attempted robbery, felony menacing, and possession of a handgun by a juvenile.
Now, it's not fatal, but again, it's an incredible act of self-defense. You got some teenager walking into a convenience store, pointing a gun at you, and you have the presence of mind to reach for your weapon and shoot him. He's lucky he's alive. Colorado Springs, this argument leads to a shooting. Again, it's non-fatal, but it's worth hearing.
Colorado Springs police got reports of another shooting, this time at an apartment complex on Verde Drive near Highway 24 and I-25, after reports of multiple shots being fired there. Now, according to Colorado Springs Police Lieutenant Howard Black, two men who may have just met Saturday night at a party had a disagreement that continued into Sunday morning. One of
I'm assuming by Saturday night they're talking about 11 to 12 o'clock at night. Because if you have an argument that starts at like 6 o'clock Saturday evening and you're still arguing about it at, 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, get a life.
The man is believed to have kicked in the door of the other man's apartment. Then the man who lived there shot the guy who busted down his door multiple times.
I wanted you to hear this one in particular because I'm going to talk. Probably do it either the next segment or the segment after. I'm going to talk about a taxpayer relief shot out of New Orleans. I shouldn't say New Orleans, it's out of Louisiana, which has some of the most broad castle doctrine laws. You can, with lethal force, defend not only your home and your business, but your automobile. Pretty broad. So this case.
Colorado Springs police got reports of another shooting, this time at an apartment complex on Verde Drive near Highway 24 and I-25, after reports of multiple shots being fired there. Now, according to Colorado Springs Police Lieutenant Howard Black, two men who may have just met Saturday night at a party had a disagreement that continued into Sunday morning. One of the men is believed to have kicked in the door of the other man's apartment.
Kicked in the door. How many times have we talked about that moment when you hear the door crashing in?
Then the man who lived there shot the guy who busted down his door multiple times. He was taken to the hospital with critical injuries.
If you're drinking, if you're involved in a disagreement, that's not the time to pull out weapons or have weapons that are available to you.
Oh. Well, if you're the intoxicated person that broke into the house, I might agree with the popo on this one. But if you're in your own home drinking, even if you're S-faced, and somebody breaks into your house, just because you're S-faced does not mean you don't have the ability to defend yourself.
Just as we talk about any crime, it's personal responsibility, and it's making choices. Sometimes out of anger, we make a choice. Our lives now have changed.
Many people have said on our Facebook page, Colorado's Make My Day law applies here. Police are still investigating those details.
Well, of course it does. So I didn't realize, but about 3% of the American population has joined what I think is the unhealthy cult of veganism. But that's large enough, 3% of the American population, to create a huge YouTube community.
I just want to be completely honest and authentic.
Oh, what is she wanting to be completely honest and authentic about? Last Sunday, a 5-second video clip of vegan YouTuber Yovana Mendoza, this woman you're just now hearing, single-handedly brought down the luminous 28-year-old's entire career. Because in this 5-second video clip, this putative vegan, you can see the raw food advocate who goes by the name Rovana smiling at a restaurant in Bali as she prepares to tuck into her meal. But in an instant, her face changes as she realizes her friend's camera is trained on her plate. But it's too late. On the plate, oh, the forbidden food. Fish. You see, eating fish is a crime against the animals, according to veganism. She rushed to upload a video claiming that she'd only been eating fish for 2 months as a remedy to the health complications that she developed after 6 years as a vegan. Turns out she's not the only one. In a January 14 video titled "Why I'm No Longer Vegan," Bonnie Rebecca set the tone for massive defections to come. The YouTube vegan community is in collapse. I just like to say that. The YouTube vegan community is in collapse.
I just want to be completely honest and authentic. It's been 2 months since I started incorporating eggs and fish into my diet.
Hi guys, I feel like I'm almost living a lie, so I'm not vegan anymore.
I am no longer following a vegan diet. I tried salmon. I had 8 ounces of salmon.
I tried animal products and salmon and eggs.
Yeah, you guys, I ate chicken, and that's like so shocking. I was so shook. I was still promoting myself as a vegan online.
Taking time to process this new change in my diet and lifestyle. That's not my personal understanding of what it means to lie.
Oh, they got caught eating fish. And then it started snowballing. Kamala Harris, running for president, she was one of those earlier that was talking about it's the end of civilization, it's the end of the world as we know it. Said this today.
Now, a new education initiative announced by Democratic presidential candidate and Senator Kamala Harris aims to give teachers significant pay raises, a move that could tap into a wave of enthusiasm sparked by teacher strikes across the country.
Who's going to pay for the teacher raises? Why is a president or a presidential candidate? I don't mind if you're concerned about what teachers get paid. I hope you're as concerned about what teachers get paid as you are about what talk show hosts get paid or producers get paid, because it's all should be the concern of the federal government, right?
Democratic Senator, presidential candidate Kamala Harris joins me now from Capitol Hill. Senator, thank you very much. Thanks for being with us today.
Good to be
Tell
with
me
you.
about your education proposal and how you pay for it.
Well, okay, we can get right into that. How we pay for it is we need to raise the estate tax on the top 1%. But let's talk.
Raise the estate tax on the top 1%. Wow. Okay. So we're going to tax people, rich people that die, take money away from their heirs to pay for teacher salaries, all at the federal level. I've got a better idea. Let's cut through the crap. Let's just cut through all the crap and just recognize that what we need to do is we need to abolish all local school boards. We need to abolish just every school district. And we just need one big national school. It's like the national popular vote, except we'll call this the National School District. Yeah, it's just within the geographical United States, Alaska and Hawaii. We'll just have one giant school district, and the school board will be the 535 members of the House and the Senate, right? I mean, these guys are great at making policy. Well, what they'll do is they'll just abdicate it over to the U.S. Department of Education. So we'll have a national policy. Salaries will be set not based on what the taxpayers in a school district decide to vote themselves, or that the taxpayers in a state vote to tax themselves through property taxes, ad valorem taxes. No, we'll just have it. I mean, why not? Let's go whole hog. Let's nationalize everything.
About what it'll do, because I think it's critically important that we also ask what is going to be the return on this investment.
Oh, it's an investment. Yes. So if I invest in a teacher, let's just say we could do it. I can buy shares in a teacher, right? If I want to buy shares in a teacher, well, first of all, I want to see some sort of, a statement. I want to see I can't think of the form, but I want to see a disclosure statement that tells me what that teacher's business plan is, exactly what his credentials are. I want to know everything about where you went to school, and then I want to see what kind of how the past performance has been. I want to see what the earnings per share is for that particular teacher, and then I may or may not decide to invest in that teacher. What kind of dividends is that teacher going to pay me if I invest in that teacher? Yeah, because, that's not what she meant? Well, I'm sorry. I could have sworn she said that it was all about an investment.
The estate tax on the top 1%. But let's talk about what it'll do, because I think it's critically important that we also ask what is going to be the return on this investment.
Yes. What's the return if we just nationalize teachers, because she's going to determine apparently teacher salaries now at the federal level, and somehow that's going to be an investment. I think I ought to have the opportunity to invest on my own. I mean, I get that you're going to tax the crap out of me. See, I about slipped right there. You're going to tax what out of me. But I'd like the opportunity to make my own investment, get my own dividends.
And the investment is this. It's an investment in our teachers. And what we know and... that language is just so, it's so soothing. It's just like we're investing in our teachers and it's for the children. Oh, every dumbass listening to this on MSNBC is thinking to themselves, oh, I love Kamala. She's going to invest in the teachers, and she's going to make the wealthy do it. Is that in our country, teachers are paid on average about 11% less than other similarly situated college graduates.
Wait a minute. Other similarly situated college graduates. Well, if you're a graduate of the education school, you got a teacher, you have a teaching certificate, you have a teaching degree, how can you possibly be similarly situated to other college graduates? Because they got degrees in gender studies, they got degrees in, in foot odor, they got foot bacteria. Apples and oranges, sweetheart. Apples and oranges.
What we know, and I'm traveling the country these days, I have met more teachers who are working 2 jobs, sometimes 3.
Yeah, because they only work 180 days a year. Good grief. You're listening to Michael Brown, KOA News Radio, 850 AM, 94.1 FM, and always on the Michael Brown Show page at KOANewsRadio.com.
Finally, the pitch we've been waiting for. The first pitch of the season.
First pitch of the season.